Listen to the gap between the sound of the button click and the game audio between these two clips. Did you notice anything? Rhythm Heaven on 3DS is brutal on timing if you want a 100% score, with only a 2-frame window, that's one early or on frame. Go for perfects, however, are not so harsh, where you get 2 frames either side lenience, a 5-frame window. It isn't so easy to calculate the exact millisecond lenience of the game, though, for reasons. For example, if a game runs frame rate unlocked, like you disabled VSync, inputs will react faster and potentially more consistently, but without reverse engineering or developers telling us, it's hard to tell what exactly Rhythm Heaven is doing. Also, the whole chain. Input device polling, drivers, firmware, operating systems, the game's audio processing, and anything else I may have missed, all take time and don't always align, causing a bit of a lottery of time pressed to time the player receives feedback. So I guess the true success window would be smaller than what the game itself defines. And sometimes I wonder if Rhythm Heaven's perfect hit true window is actually less than 0, meaning it's not just skill but chance to get 100. A 2-frame success window, and at least in my measurements in Project Mirai, a 37 millisecond variation? The previous Rhythm Heaven games didn't give you a score, nor did they show you if you're off by 1 or 2 frames. This, I believe, was more possible on 3DS given the entire integrated low-lag system, and a shift away from using the bottom screen to tap and especially flick. I bring this up as a valid topic for the upcoming Rhythm Heaven on Switch, as the audio stack is perceivably worse than the 3DS. In my tests, by about 50-55 milliseconds. And for those who play docked, your TV audio processing may be much worse than you think. Got the latest and greatest OLED TV? Your visual feedback may be within 3 frames, but your audio could be like mine, 95 milliseconds worse than from the console. For me, audio lag from the Switch or Switch 2 through the TV is about 5.8 times worse than the 3DS. That's not a problem for most games, but anything requiring rhythm or QuickTime events, I genuinely do not enjoy. This is why I are sad that consoles don't offer RCA or optical out anymore. I want ways to bypass the TV without going for an HDMI audio splitter. One would hope that the upcoming game will factor in and give the user timing adjustments for TVs. But that doesn't fix the fact that the gap between feeling the button click and hearing feedback is unfixingly bad. Even when handheld, 3DS feels snappy, where the Switch, you will be hitting early to compensate. Subjectively, I get that a lot of people won't even notice. People have full combos in the most difficult songs in Project Diva Megamix after all. But objectively, playing music rhythm on Switch just sucks. But after a decade, a new Rhythm Heaven is coming out, and we will play it anyway. To reinforce your own conclusions from everything I just said, best practice, the safest, best experience is with wired headphones connected to the Switch's headphone jack. Just be careful that you don't pull the system over if docked. Maybe move it closer and on the floor if you can. Your mileage on your TV will vary, but raw HDMI audio can be as fast as the headphone jack if a lag-free display or HDMI audio splitter is an option. Problem is, no manufacturer advertises their audio processing delays, and reviewers don't measure and report it either. One way you can test your TV's audio lag is by playing Super Mario Wonder World 5 Trotting Piranha Plants. With HD Rumble, you can hear the notes as you run along them through the controller at what should be the same time as the TV. If your TV is noticeably behind, you know you should be playing using the console's headphone jack.
Love that sound.
This is my delay through the TV. Ooh. And through the console's headphone jack. Good. But still pretty bad. For Switch 1 players, unless something changed, it's actually a tad faster if you don't wire your controller or have the Joy-Cons connected to the Switch's body. I haven't fully tested for 4 years now, so it may have changed, but it was 15 milliseconds worse when connected back then. and I would prefer to wait for the game to come out before I test this again in case Nintendo does pull some latency magic. I would like to use Rhythm Heaven to conduct the tests too if possible. For Switch 2, for game input lag, connectivity doesn't matter. But if you need the extra reach for a headphone jack and have a Pro 2 controller, have it connected to the Switch 2 or the dock via a USB cable. I did recently measure a slight delay through the controller though. I'm thinking this was introduced when the low latency mode was added. Just don't go wireless for audio. Wireless low latency mode is 65 milliseconds worse than wired. Stable mode is an extra 100 milliseconds slower, putting the total lag over a quarter of a second. That's beyond human auditory reaction times. You are screwing yourself in fighting games in that case. And basically guaranteed to fail in a reaction speed competition if you go wireless audio versus a wired player. Having said all that, I realize a lot of people haven't even noticed audio lag has been getting worse. A small poll had 16 out of 29 people say that they couldn't notice what I measured was a 165 millisecond gap. But we would all benefit from not going backwards if engineers and developers focus on reducing that lag. Games will feel more responsive with lag minimized, even if the gamers don't realize why. Humans' reaction speed to sound is apparently 80 milliseconds faster than visual, so it really should be a point of focus for the industry. We have gaming monitors that claim to have less than 10 milliseconds visual input lag, but we're stuck with around 90 milliseconds for audio. So it really should be a point of focus for the industry. Right now, that focus seems to be exclusive to music production, not gaming. I encourage you to try for yourself. If you have a 3DS and Switch, feel the difference between audio response, maybe even in the system menus. Or try the Pro 2 controller's wireless versus wired audio. And if you do notice a difference, make some noise, as I really want the entire industry, display manufacturers, console manufacturers, software engineers, to really see if they can drop audio latency in the gaming space. Thank you.